Welcome back, everyone, to the Sunday Spotlight. I returned from the East, refreshed and relaxed. At least until the Bears game today. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, JR, my beloved. Oh yeah, I made good use of the pass there. If only because JR stations, and especially Shinkansen stations, are reliable places to find trash cans in Tokyo. Not a small consideration. But I digress. There was at least enough room in my suitcase for Kit Kats and Gacha game merch, a time-honored tradition amongst my people. Anyway, tonight we're going back to the year 2017. The Mummy Demastered is one of the oddest things to come out that year. A 2D action platformer and licensed game of the infamous Tom Cruise flop. Now, there are layers to how bad an idea this is, but developer WayForward has a rock-solid resume. They're best known for the many Shantae games, but they've also made a recent Contra game, River City Girls, the Mighty Switch Force series, a Ruby game, all generally well-received to varying degrees. Point is, they know what they're doing in this genre. Still, Titans playing the Lions, at least 52-14. Yeah, it was a rough day for football. Buddy of mine's also weeping because the Ravens lost in the closing minutes. Very shameful day across the league. But anyway, yes, imagine my surprise when I hear that WayForward has taken this movie and making something decent out of it. The audacity demands closer inspection. For those who somehow missed the whole debacle, yeah, I know, this does actually have the Universal logo on it. It's quite surprising. But yeah, for those who somehow missed the whole debacle, the 2017 Mummy was Universal Studios' ill-fated attempt to start their own cinematic universe, the so-called Dark Universe connecting all those classic monster movies. The Mummy itself is a very by-the-numbers thing with a lot of derivative elements. Tripping over my own tongue today. Tom Cruise digs up a mummy in Iraq, which wreaks vengeance on the world. He ends up connected to her in some way and has to stop her, etc. I didn't find it aggressively terrible as the thing, just very bland and with a very weak script. It's very unmemorable. Just go watch the Brendan Fraser Mummy. The first two of those are way more fun and they hold up way better. But anyway, this appears to be the kind of licensed game you get a lot out of in the SNES era, which isn't a ringing endorsement, of course, but it's not strictly following the plot of the movie directly. You appear to be an agent of the shadowy organization fighting monsters throughout the world, and do a lot of running around blasting creatures, platforming, etc. It appears competently made, which is already more than I was expecting, but is competent enough? Is there more to find here, or should we walk away before the curse sets in? Let's crack open this coffin and find out. Yeah, those are still fun. Caught the first one on TV a couple weeks ago. Very good sit down and watch movie no matter what you're doing. Anyway, Prodigium agents are a rare breed, trained to identify and react to situations far beyond typical understanding, etc., etc. Point is, we are we're the SCP Foundation with the licensing filed off. Anyway, Agent, we lost contact with our ground team several hours ago. Hi, Russell Crowe. Due to a developing situation elsewhere, you'll be going in alone to investigate any signs of disturbance and re-establish contact with the ground team. This is an area of great importance and steps must be taken to maintain its security at all costs. Good luck. So yeah, pretty standard 2D platformer. And for the tutorial, we just have our basic controls. It is interesting controlling this on a keyboard, but I haven't found the controls too big a problem. I only played a little bit of the tutorial just to familiarize myself with the basics, but you have your dodge roll. You have an interesting lock-in-place thing that lets you aim in all directions. Otherwise, if you go down, that crouches. Let us proceed. This is indeed one and the same. As far as I know, they only made the I'm going to slightly reduce the volume here just a little bit. I've already got it pretty far down, but it can be difficult to predict how well the audio mixes. But yeah, okay, so these caverns are unstable. Proceed cautiously. You should be able to jump over any uneven patches with space. Obviously, you remember this from your Prodigium training, but simulation and field work are two different beasts. Once you get your bearings, locate the ground team and re-establish that communication with Prodigium. But yeah, this is the only movie they actually made for this Dark Universe idea was The Mummy. There were plans for a Jekyll and Hyde thing, and that's actually Russell Crowe's role in the movie. I think they were trying to get Robert Downey Jr. as the Invisible Man, but that's about all I know. Okay, unnatural life forms in the caverns may be beneficial to destroy any such entities until we understand what happened to the ground team. See, this guy's got his head in the right place. Kill anything you don't understand. And this is just telling you how to work the controls. I don't think we take damage from these things. Yeah, you see the health meter didn't go down there, but probably still a good idea to avoid touching them. Oh, I missed one. Can I go back? Yes. Alright. Oh, it's gone. Interesting. Alright, well, there's the first of our team. But yeah, I'm interested to... Okay, so this is just telling us how to drop down ledges. Fully understanding your environment is an important part of any mission. Right. Crouch and press space to drop down through these platforms. Right. Again, pretty standard 2D action platformer controls. But I'm interested in the thought process here, because, you know, movie games have a, let's be kind and call it checkered history. And this one didn't exactly light the world on fire to begin with. So, what is the thought process here? What is the developer, which has a lot on their plate as it is, what made them decide to do this? I'm very curious as to how this got brainstormed into being. Oh, that's right. They did have an Invisible Man movie, which I think was just called Invisible Man or something. Caves often have narrow passages, but we can't let that delay us from reaching our agents. If you find yourself unable to proceed, try crouching and pressing space to roll. Right. Yeah, if I recall right, that they dropped the Dark Universe thing entirely and just made it kind of a straight sci-fi horror thing. Rather effectively, from the sound of it. But yeah, they'd given up on the concept entirely by then. And really, Marvel could have stand to drop the cinematic universe thing much earlier. Anyway, more of our team. Uh-oh. All will die, huh? I mean, you know, eventually. I think he's just giving me the finger there. Oh, hell. What the fuck? Oh, boy. Okay, I'm taking damage now. Shit's getting real. Okay. Agent, come in, Agent. If you can hear this transmission, I'm seeing unprecedented readings across the entire region. Abort mission and return to the drop point immediately. Right. Alright. Russell Crowe gives an order, we obey. Alright. Ah! Damn it! Who said zombies can jump? That's not fair. Jumping is for the living. Ow! Fucking spider. Yeah, the mummy was the only one that got released. They had plans for others. Like, the whole point of this organization was kind of a teaser. Look at all these monster movie adventures we have planned. And yeah, the head of the organization being Jekyll and Hyde character was, I think, an idea for a... I believe it was suggested at one point, but it never really got off the ground. Because, yeah, before the mummy actually released, they pretty much knew it was going to be a lemon. I think it might have broke even on the foreign market, but I'm not 100% sure. There were 9 others planned. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, that's nuts. Alright, up we go. Hey! All agents report for duty immediately. Codes red situation currently in progress. Commanders have been issued for drop coordinates. Okay, you gotta give me time to read this. The reason for regime exists. The only line of defense against such evil. We have planned and we have trained for this moment, and we will see victory. Agents are authorized to destroy any monsters they encounter and to utilize any ancient relics which can be secured on site. Doing so may prove the difference between survival and a fate worse than death. Your mission priority is to locate and subdue Princess Amenette by any means necessary. Remember what is at stake should we fail. Good luck. Oh god. Try to imagine someone caring enough to put together a wiki for the Dark Universe. I mean, you know, there's a wiki for just about everything, but even so. Oh, what do we got here? But yeah, that thing is a amusingly brief yet sad story, in that they were willing to dump tons of money in a project before they really knew there was an appetite for it. Okay, Bride of Frankenstein, Dark Army, Frankenstein Creature from the Black Lagoon, Dracula, Phantom of the Opera, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Scorpion King, Untitled Van Helsing film. Oh, God almighty. Good to hear from you, Agent. I trust you're able to locate this terminal with little trouble. This is a save room. You can resume the mission here at a later time. We can use it to track your later progress in the event you become compromised. Several prodigium techs touch down ahead of you that should be nearby. The holding equipment will be extremely useful during your mission. Okay, so basically, we have a Metroidvania ahead of us. Looking forward to it. Alright. And that's how we save. Rock and roll. Yeah, it is nuts that they had that much planned. I mean, you know, we're seeing a lot of high-profile flops, both in and out of Hollywood. But even so, I think that just shows how often studio execs see dollar signs attached to a concept, for instance, a cinematic universe, and forget the legwork that goes into it. Like, Marvel didn't start out as what it is now, and, you know, leaving aside the fact that it's... leaving aside the fact that they're still building on a legacy of comic books, the movies didn't start out as big as they were. Like, you had Iron Man, which was sort of a suitable standalone thing. And they kind of gradually introduced other characters from there, only eventually building into a shared connection between them. Okay, I think these guys respawn endlessly. Alright. At least the red things provide health. That's something at least. Yeah, generally speaking, you're better off ignoring what Hollywood is up to, unless there is unusual consensus around it. I mean, you know, it's not incapable of making a worthy film, but I'm trying to think of the last time I cared enough to go see a film in theaters, and it's been a while. Like, I saw Rise of Skywalker, but that was just sort of, I need to see this train wreck to the bitter end. Just sort of an obligation. It's like, it's basically paying to see a train wreck. But anyway, this so far seems inoffensive, let's say. Like, we don't really have much of a plot. Like I said, this doesn't really follow the plot to the movie. That's kind of happening alongside this, and we're just kind of doing our own thing separately. Okay. Alright, so this is actually kind of interesting. Water does not kill us. The things in the water do, however. Yeah, I finally watched the rest of the second Dune movie on the plane back from Japan. And I wouldn't say I ever really had a strong attachment to Dune as a franchise. And I feel like the director's style lends itself well to strong, broad visual aesthetics, but is lacking something in the character department. Like, the character designs feel like the least memorable part of the film, and in a series that is very character-driven, that feels like a pretty big setback. Because I think the overall cinematography was fairly strong, but I don't know. There's something about it I just found visually lacking in the actual characters. I think overall it was a serviceable film. I just wasn't as impressed by it as I expected to be. Anyway, some interesting things happening here mechanically that I'm actually kind of surprised by. Number one, that I didn't drown in water. Number two, that these breakaway platforms reform. So, falling is not as frustrating as it could be. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. Now again, we're talking about a experienced platformer developer here, so it would make sense for them to want to make this as stress-free as possible. Just focus on... leave the challenge being the action, and not necessarily just... not requiring perfection in platforming, let's say. Because, yeah, to an extent, I feel like if you've seen one reasonably competent 2D platformer, you know what you're getting into. Ooh, grenades, nice. But there are degrees of competence, and Way Forward is generally reliable in making something enjoyable. Alright, so... H lets me throw a grenade. Let me just find something I can try a grenade on. Alright, so now we also get grenade pickups from the lanterns. That's good. So does that blow these things up? Nice! Alright. Good start so far. Hey! We got something big. We got a map. Excellent. Agents, is the technician there with you? Seeing some odd readings from their bio tracker. I see. Fortunately, they left their data log behind with the topographical information they gathered. This will automatically upload to your own map readout, giving you some idea of what's ahead. Please use that to locate the other 3 techs immediately. They've all lost contact with Prodigium, and I fear the worst. Right, it's gonna be a solo venture. I know how this goes. Alright, cool. Now we have actual goals. Sweet. So yeah, as a Metroidvania, this feels decent. We'll see if it does anything especially groundbreaking, but it's avoiding a lot of the usual pitfalls in the genre, and I like that so far. Ow. Let's see. Okay, let's say that it works in the same way as the LTR movies, where it's not doomed with palpable food. Oh, ah! Watch, and the second movie doesn't just fail at adaptation. Yeah, again, I wouldn't be the best person to ask about the faithfulness of an adaptation. I was a bit late to the property myself. So I'll leave that for others to decide. All I can say is, it was perfectly serviceable viewing. Just didn't... I don't know. There was something about it that it didn't quite sit with me long after I was done watching. I kind of just stopped thinking about it afterward. Yeah. This is definitely getting that Metroidvania vibe to it, but not at all a bad thing. I do hope the game lets me carry more than 2 grenades, however, especially since they appear to be how you open doors. Ow. Alright, so the lock button is of underrated utility here, because the default way you aim on an angle involves you still running around. It's an interesting control scheme, and that kind of takes some getting used to. Because yeah, if you're on this narrow platform, you want to be able to fire on an angle, but also some things don't come at you from easy angles, like those bats there. Kind of annoying. Ow. Yeah, see? You want to avoid running off the edges and still blast stuff. This rifle is not reliably downing enemies. I hope I'm getting something before oomph. You know, I've heard the TV show is actually not bad. I've seen a couple clips of it out of context. And, you know, you can definitely tell it's being done on a budget. But they're interesting executions of the concept. Something about the, we have the Swiss Guard at home designs just amuses me. Of the Sardaukar, that is. Anyway. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. I do kind of respect seeing what can be done on a lower budget, where you're less reliant on... You're less reliant on big-budget effects than you are on the overall design and aesthetic and storytelling. I don't think more money inherently ruins a project, but there is something to be said for restrictions breeding creativity. Give me the healing point. This is definitely a situation where I'd kill for some proper mouse aiming. Because, yeah, you see that bat flying, bobbing and weaving just over my line of fire there. It'd be a bit obnoxious to nail some of these guys. They can launch their projectiles ahead of time and just glide them in. Ah, so we can fire above water. Nice. Oh yeah, mouse aiming would break the difficulty in half. Alright. So it looks like the other objective is back down that central tunnel there. Ow. Alright, back this way. See, my natural inclination in these is just shoot everything that moves and keep shooting, but that is clearly not serving me well here. Oh, hey, here we go. Assault rifle. Hang on a second. What was I just using? Okay, that technician didn't make it either. Proceed with caution. Situation there may be more dangerous than we anticipated. Oh, really, you think? Powerful than your current rifle. You are fully authorized to use it. Oh, yeah, thanks. As well as any prodigium weapons you can locate throughout your mission. The ammunition for that weapon is not unlimited, however. Keep an eye out on the ammo counter and collect any ammunition dropped by defeated enemies. Right. Alright. Yeah, I'm getting... Anytime I... That immediately made me think of Metroid Other M. And I feel like that has to be intentional. Okay, second Dune movie has severe departures from the book because nominally they were setting up an all-original Dune TV show, which would be like the new Game of Thrones, totally. That I had not heard about. I would actually be very surprised if that was the reason, but there have been more foolhardy decisions. That said, I don't know that that is... it would probably depend on... See, I can't remember the name of the studio that handles that. I remember the director. It's Denis Villeneuve or whatever. I don't know if that would be a factor. That would be a very odd decision for him. But it wouldn't be the first time that putting together a big budget franchise has made a boneheaded decision based on future expectations of profit. Anyway, up and to the right. Alright. Alright, so this does feel like it's got a little more beef to it. Hoping I can expand ammo capacity at some point. There we go. Right, those are just extra clips. Crap screaming money, I love money. Alright. Do I have to drop down? Okay, good. So I can just wait and that will reform it. In front of my eyes. Awesome. This is accurate to the lore. I'm satisfied by this. Hey! Max health increased. We got an energy tank. Awesome. Alright. Back technician preparing for you. Unfortunately, we're picking up no signs of life other than yours. We must press on regardless. Right. More health means a greater chance of survival. I don't need to tell you this, but I'm going to anyway. Thanks, Russell Crowe. Ah! Bollocks! Ah! Damn. There needs to be a word for when there's a chain of mistakes that leads you to making more mistakes and puts you in an even deeper hole. I feel like there is a specific term for it, I just can't think of it. Just a cycle of hurting, where one fall begets another and you start taking more and more damage as you go down. Anyway, up and to the right here. Consequences of my own actions, something like that. Okay, this feels like a boss room coming up. Alright. That looks like an ammo thing. Hang on a second. Alright, that's better. That's better. Alright, not an ammo thing. Curious. Oh! Wait a minute. Okay, I shot it. I think that is a box I have to break open. That's it. Yep. Okay. I shoot open the ammo box and I get 1 health pellet. Video games. Alright, so up and to the right. This reminded me a little bit of the original Bionic Commando, where you can conceivably get to max health if you're willing to just run around shooting enemies for like half an hour, collecting the little power pellets. And so, rather than having 8 blocks towards the end of the game, when you're most likely to get it, you can have 8 blocks of health from the very start. A significant advantage over early game bosses. Hey! What's going on? Exactly. Shoot open box, get health. Shoot open enemy, get ammo. Raven's doing their best Medusa head impression. Yeah, they do kind of have that pattern, don't they? Okay. Need to continue the mission. Found a secondary drop point. Avoided several helicopters to remain in the area for emergency extraction. You need to travel to a different drop point quickly, locate a helicopter, and press K to board. Sweet! So we got a fast travel. Alright. Progression situations progressed far beyond our projections. We cannot risk further delay. Locate and destroy Aminet. Right! Use prodigium satellite imaging to approximate our current location. Rock and roll. Alright. Well, we don't need a warp point right now, but good to know it's there. Hey. Nice. Kill evil grasshoppers, get assault rifle ammo. Useful life lessons from the mummy. Alright, another save point, don't mind if I do. Alright, so, right. What's that green thing there? There's assuredly going to be something significant. That would make sense given the theme of the game. Or given the theme of the plot, basically. Okay, so that's not an enemy just yet, or not something we can target. I sustained myself on the living. You do not stand a chance. Alright, so I get the feeling that's going to be our first boss creature there. Notably, that is not Aminet. That's just some... Just some asshole in the way. She's probably off bothering Tom Cruise at this point. Don't throw nades at the cutscene. I thought it would work! You don't know till you try. Jack Burton style, baby. Alright. Interesting. You know, I'm digging the soundtrack, though. That's kind of a nice synth vibe to it. Like, I would believe this is from a slightly more sedate version of Hotline Miami. Or like a cutscene or something. Not at all a bad vibe. Hominate. Background also designates the biome. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we have moved on to another... Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, the map's green there instead of purple. Fascinating. Very helpful to quickly quickly just mark areas. So yeah, again, as a Metroidvania, it is broadly doing all the right things. I still question whether this is going to do anything out of the ordinary, given the property at hand. But if they can at least make an entertaining platformer, action platformer, with some fun bosses to fight and some good weapon feel, let's say, or item feel in the progression. Like, if we get a grappling hook, I am on board. That can sell me on a game. But as is, motherfucker... Yep, we got the cycle of hurting happening. Yeah, I do feel like that green thing is something important back there. I should probably go back and check that out. But yeah, as it is, I would classify this as decent so far. Not bad. Not exceptional. Not something you should go out and play right away. But if you're a fan of the stuff they already make, then I don't think you'd be disappointed. Oh. Fantastic. Oh, God. Having flashbacks to my Hollow Knight playthrough. But yeah, I am digging the soundtrack. That can sell me in a game. Oh, come on. Alright. There we go. Alright, let's go check out that... Ow! Fuck you, spider. Bad enough you had to make things complicated in Bioran, now you're gonna do this. Alright. We'll make our way back. See what's in that green thing. Oh man, Spelunky, yes! That is... my experience with that title solidified the sensation that I'll never be good at platformers. But I can be good enough to endure them, let's say. Like, fortunately, I think my masochistic tendencies can help me get through some of the bullshit those usually offer. But not always. Alright, back down. Alright. Green thing. Oh, I get it. We gotta go further down here somehow. Alright. Grenades. And grenades don't do it. Assault rifle. Alright, no. We're gonna need something specific to bust through that. Yeah, Spelunky is an example of a game I would say is well put together, but not necessarily something I'd play for fun. Yeah, for the longest time, I got that confused with Spelunker, which is a very old, notoriously brutal platformer for the NES, and I thought it was some kind of spiritual successor or descendant or something. And I was just expecting pure masochism. That was a game that, rather infamously, you died if you fell more than a couple inches. Like, close to the physical height of your character was about as far as you could fall in that one. It was a very strange game. Like, you're ostensibly diving into some, like, caves to get treasure or something, and your time was measured in oxygen. But also, sometimes there'd be, like, you know, like everything was trying to kill you, and occasionally a ghost would show up and chase you. And you dispersed it with a flare gun that also sapped at your oxygen meter somehow. I got the feeling that they had concepts they didn't quite know how to execute on without just ramping up the pain. It's a fascinating article of history, and I salute anybody that was able to beat that thing fairly. Seriously, though, it'd be real nice if I could have more than one grenade. Yeah, ow! Or have more than 2 grenades. Oh, hang on a second. Before I waste the other one. Damn it! Hey, look at that! Amanita is merciful in her eccentricities, let's say. He said it before Steve's the other one. It's like I subconsciously know myself a little too well and understand exactly what dumb things I'm about to do, but have no capacity to actually stop it. Ow! Okay, ah! Son of a bitch. These little spiders are getting to me. Ah, here we go. Oh, what's this? Relic, huh? 1 of 50. Interesting. Excellent! You stumbled across a relic. We'll be gathering various icons and baubles from important sites around the world. This area is one of great importance for the Knights Templar, and they left many relics like that hidden away. We've analyzed texts that suggest there could be as many as 50 such relics tucked away in the tunnels beneath London, as well as the surrounding areas. If you happen to find more, please collect them for examination back at Prodigium. Alright. So I like the implication that the Knights Templar, or whoever the mysterious group that has access to these, like, artifacts of power, hid them away instead of making use of them. Like, what exactly are they waiting for? What's the long-term plan here? Are they hoping that someone who better knows how to use them will find them? Are they in danger of being discovered or found by someone else? I would love to hear the logic explained for me like I'm 5. In Castlevania with guns. Why not, Kren? Castlevania would be improved immensely with guns. Give Richter an assault rifle. He'll sort that Dracula problem out real quick like. Trying to think when the last Castlevania I actually played was. It might have been the one for the Super Nintendo. I think it was still Simon back then. Oh wait, no, I played Symphony of the Night. Never mind. Alright, no, nothing there. Come here, you. Yeah. What I should probably do is just run the gun to empty and then make them force me to switch to the other one. Actually, does it switch me if I hit 0? Let's find out. Okay. So it does, but I have to let go of the trigger first. That's fair. There we go. Alright, cool. Not quite as much character as the mapmaker dude from Hollow Knight. I appreciate the functionality. Alright, so save room, ammo cache, helicopter, waypoint. So our next is off the map. And there's another green one down there. Oh, fascinating. Can I reach that? I want to find out, but at the same time I don't want to fall back down again. Ah! Yeah. That seemed like it would have been a pretty risky jump. Can I make that? Probably not. Oh, on a second. I'm gonna save here first. Immensely enjoyed the first cartoon. I did not catch that, unfortunately. Castlevania is kind of an interesting property, and that I feel like you can reliably tune out most of the time, come back, and there'll always be at least 1 or 2 entries that will be decent. It's not a storied franchise, but it's also not one that routinely disappoints either. It's just kind of always there. I have heard the Netflix series was pretty fun. Oh, alright. So I think I'm gonna need some kind of double jump for that. So maybe I gotta drop down after all. Right, down we go. Ow. I mean, the thing about Castlevania is it's inherently a concept that lends itself to episodic storytelling. Because, yeah, there's always going to be a head vampire, there's always going to be someone trying to fight the head vampire. And by the very nature of the... Oh, this is some kind of anchor point. Okay, tunnel stretches far below your current position, you'd never survive the fall. Alright, so I need a tool to get... I feel like you could throw the rope down there. And I could attach myself to it, but I guess I'm gonna need some kind of winch or something. Yeah, I feel like Castlevania is a concept you could very easily... You could very easily iterate on and make something decent without having to reinvent the wheel too much. Okay. So I'm getting the feeling that there are some areas I'm just not going to be able to jump to until I get, like, a jump pack or a grappling hook or something. I'm really hoping it's a grappling hook. That makes every game way better. Alright, so... So we can't go there. All you gotta do to make a successful... I mean, the formula for a successful classic vampire versus vampire hunter story is just make the vampire be a smug, slimy asshole who really has it coming. Because that's basically coding the vampire as every aristocratic douchebag you've ever really, really hated in your life. Finally getting their comeuppance. And that's just something we can appreciate regardless of age. Well, I mean, I'm open to the idea of a subversion. Lord knows you'll get no argument from me if they're going to argue that if you're going to argue that mankind isn't exactly... If humanity has problems, let's say, you're certainly going to... That's an argument that will find some purchase. But then you add a blood-sucking monster into the mix, and that hardly improves things. Yeah, you absolutely can make even a complete asshole have some... You can make the bad guy have a point, is the thing. And still make them be unlikable. Yeah, there's another one. There we go. Yeah, there's an art to making a villain that is... I keep forgetting I can do that. There's an art to making a villain that is fun to hate, but not one-dimensional. Can I drop down there? No, I can't. Okay, also he's just gonna keep on coming. They killed his wife, so he commenced sterilization. Fair enough. Do you understand? My parents are dead! Thus, all justification is provided. Okay, so I don't think I can get up there or there. There's definitely going to be some mobility gimmick that we unlock later. Hello, can I get over here? Get over this way. Main cautious agent. Our reading suggests a very concentrated source of dark energy nearby. One of our save terminals shouldn't be too far from your location. Now might be an ideal time to record the details. Okay, boss fight coming up. I am so ready for this. Let's do the dance. Hey, hey. Ow. Come here. Okay, Drac actually wanted nothing to do with the people. He just wanted to live the castle and keep to himself. He got all uppity about his wife and murdered her. He kind of lost it, went medieval on the whole town. Yeah, yeah. That is an understandable motivation. Like, you know, obviously, if you're going to have the villain still be the villain, then there needs to be a point where they take it too far, but they can still have an understandable motivation at the core of their behavior. Alright, so boss is going to be to the right, so let's go left. Ah, perfect. Again, there's an art to making a character have sympathetic or redeeming qualities, or at the very least understandable qualities, but still letting them fill the role of a villain that we want. Still letting them be someone that we want the protagonist to succeed against. Alright, what do we got here? I think it's going to be that spindly dude we keep seeing. You've little time left to make peace with your gods. My power grows. You do not comprehend the spectacle of terror I shall bring upon your world. Alright, so maybe that is Amunet. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, this wasn't in the movie. Time to improvise. I'm worried about that thing dropping down on me. Alright. I was hoping I could throw the grenade at an angle, but it appears not to be the case. Actually, hang on a second. Oh, I can! Alright. I have to be aiming. Alright. So I gotta aim high. There's a bit of an arc there. Fair enough. Note that the boss is changing color with damage. This is a good visual indicator. I'm real worried about that thing getting down and intruding in my space here. This is my no-no space down here. This is for humans. You don't get it. Also, I need to remember the block button. Ow, 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 ow. It's a pretty basic attack pattern, all told. Actually, yeah, it's not too bad right here. God damn. It's like that one boss in Darkest Dungeon. Just crashes the ceiling and it just happens to land right where you are. There we go. The Prophet, yeah, that guy. Alright, he's turning red, this is good. Although he might have some... If the history of platformer bosses is any indication, turning red can be a bad thing. He might be some extra move when he gets down to a certain threshold. Ah! Alright, I see that. That's worth the acid bath. roll. So yeah, the main thing I think it takes getting used to is that lock button, keeping you in place while you're firing on an angle. And I'm wondering if there's a more elegant way to handle that. But once you do get used to it, hey, down he goes. Once you do get used to it, it's not too bad. Rock and or roll. Oh, hey. What do we got here? Is this important? Let's break it. Yes! Yes! Sacrilege! Gives me strength. Scroll of Kirby. Excellent work, Agent. You've located an artifact. Scroll of Kirby, to be exact. Artifacts are very powerful relics surviving from ages long past. Due to the critical nature of this mission, you are authorized to use their powers. Thanks, boss. There are many other artifacts in the surrounding areas. Locate as many as you can. It might prove to be your only hope against Aminet. Scroll allow you to climb along any ceiling by pressing and holding the I when you come. Oh ho ho ho! Oh, fuck yeah, we're Spider-Man now. Okay, this is awesome. I love this. All right. Yes! It may take some time to adjust the powers that artifacts provide. Since there aren't any dangerous life forms nearby, you should be able to safely practice this new ability. Scroll of Kepri. Ah, I read that wrong. My bad. Recently acquired, allows you to climb. Yeah, I gotcha. Alright, cool. Alright. So that's a mobility upgrade I was not expecting. Usually in these games you do... Okay, she's on the move. Managed to locate her current position. She's moved deep underground, likely into the subway network below you. You must pursue her, Agent. Caverns leading downward should be marked in green on your map. You'd never survive the fall. Fortunately, you should be able to find rappel gear stashed near one such cavern. Collect the rappel gear, use it to descend into the tunnels. Right. That's not nearby. You're lying to me, Russell Crowe. I'm on to you. Yeah, I do feel like there would be more elegant ways to handle this. At least on a... I mean, you know, you'd think with a keyboard you've got enough buttons to make it work, and I feel like even with a controller... Actually, explicitly with a controller, you would have just one... Like, a normal control scheme would just have one thumbstick for movement and one thumbstick for aiming while you fire. That's fairly straightforward as far as action games go. And I feel like on a keyboard you could very easily come up with some acceptable alternative. It's fine for what it is, but it definitely takes some getting used to. Anyway. Alright, so we can't climb vertically is the thing. We have to work on a flat surface. Limiting, but understandable. Alright, where do we go next? Ah, we can go right. Awesome. Damn it! Fuck you, spider. Showboating. Alright. There we go. I wonder... Ow, 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 ow. Okay, so I can't... So I can't go that way. There's almost certainly going to be something that requires freezing or bouncing on these enemies to progress. Ow! Jesus! Ah! Ah! Acid Bernie! That said, it's still a pretty rad mobility upgrade. I approve of that. Now I'm kind of curious what else the game's going to throw at me. Also, I appreciate that spider was climbing on nothing. Ow! Damn, he's good. Those. Alright, so let's see. I think what we need to do is head up. There also needs to be a term for when the thing you're trying to get in the video game costs you more resources than it takes to acquire. Like a Pyrrhic victory, but specific for trying to get health or something. Ah, god damn it. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, this is becoming a problem. Shoot over the crystals. There. Actually, hang on a second. Can I do that again? Okay, don't respond that quick. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna fucking die here. Alright. There we go. Gotta remember the slight arc on those. That's a effort saver. Ah! Hey! Are you fucking for real? Piss off, man. Ah! Ah! I'm gonna die to basic enemies. Shameful display. Alright, is there a... and we can't get to it. Baba. Alright, there's a thing further down the shaft. We'll try to get to it. And if I die, I die. Yeek, 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 yeek. Alright. There we go. Saved by random rock crystals. Right, the green thing is a drop point. I do appreciate that you're never so far behind that you can't claw your way back up with some careful maneuvering. Okay, I think, yeah, here we go. And I think that's kind of an important element in a game that's meant to be challenging but fair. It's the idea that the game is not going to arbitrarily spike the difficulty on you, but it's going to... it will challenge you, but in a way that's consistent and fair, and that if you get used to it... Ooh, what do we got here? Hey, raffle gear! Yeah, consistent in a way you can get used to it. Oh, sweet. That's so I can refill my ammo at these points. Nice. Weapon select, eh? Interesting. Interesting. Ah! Eh! Eh! There we go. Let's go see what's down the hole. Alright, here we go. Way. Yeah, come on. I feel like that should have... if we were already rappelling down a hole at the very start of the game, you'd think that'd be a standard part of the kit. But, yeah. Alright. Subway time. And we have giant scarab beetles. Awesome. Saving the world one giant bug at a time. Just try to imagine signing up for what you think is going to be some top secret military organization or something, and this is how you spend your time. I feel like I'd be a little let down. Like, I'd be expecting to do some, like, Predator stuff. Like the pretense that the guys in Predator were under. You know, doing deniable, off-the-books operations and, like, remote jungles or obscure parts of the world. And instead, we're basically just shooting a bunch of... Come on. We're basically just shooting a bunch of nuisances over and over. I mean, I'm not saying that this isn't worth doing. But I do kind of feel like this guy probably feels like he isn't... This isn't what he signed up for. I would be raising concerns at the next contract negotiation, let's say. And actually, that is a good question, if these guys are contract employees, or if there's... They actually are, if they are paid employees, or if there's some kind of contract situation for faceless goons. Bandolier. Hey! Now we're talking. See? All you had to do was give me bigger numbers, and I'm happy. Black Mage thinking, baby. But yeah, it always kind of begs the question of where bad guys in these situations, where do they get their minions from? And you know, we're not the bad guys in this situation. But I assume you don't just call up Blackwater or something and say, hey, listen, we need 50 disposable guys, ideally with Russian accents, to, like, guard some temple that we're robbing in the middle of the desert somewhere. No questions asked, and we need to make sure they stay extra quiet about what they find, especially if it's anything supernatural. I assume something like that has happened somewhere. Damn it. Okay, so we can't climb that either. But yeah, I assume someone in the grand history of mercenarying has made some request like that somewhere, and I'll bet it's a bloody fascinating story. Also, I haven't been down on the tube in a while, but I don't remember any of this being in the London Underground. I don't know. Maybe this is more to Manchester. Alright, what are we at? An hour 10? We'll see if we can get to that next point of interest. Right. Oh, no, you don't. Of course. Damn it. Can't make that jump either. Excuse me. There's almost certainly going to be some kind of freeze weapon that turns enemies into platforms. That's the vibe I'm getting. Okay, so we can't go that way. Can't go that way. Huh. So where do we go? I think there was, another doorway. Back this way, I missed. Can I jump across there? Hey! Oh, more ammo. Well, still quite welcome, don't get me wrong. Not exactly what I'm looking for here. Damnation. Ow! Fuck you, rat. God damn it. Come here. Ah, damn. Alright, come on. Come on, Mr. Soldier Man. You can make that jump. Hey, here we go. Huh. Alright, that doesn't help us much. Okay, this is what I was thinking of. It was the top of the chamber there. Right. Down here is the save point. Maybe we didn't go all the way down? That's probably it. Yeah, that's it. Alright. My bad. Hey, hey! I'm throwing a grenade here. Fine, have one. Oh, man. I don't know, he kind of looked a little sick to me. You might say he was running a high fever. Haha! Alright, here we go. Again, I do appreciate that our guy can swim despite being in full tactical kit. That already puts this in the upper, let's see, upper 25th, the upper quarter of Metroidvanias, in my opinion. Gonna make Tivy a mess. Is going Tivy a mess. Nice! No, there's only space for one, there's only space for one pun master in this town. You might say it's very marrow space. Haha! Yeah, it's kind of weak. I can do better. Alright, so we're getting closer to the point of interest. Let's see what's up there. Come on, generic mercenary man, you got this. Go! Actually, I keep forgetting I can destroy these things, get more stuff. Shoot open every container. That's just good rules of engagement right there. Ah! Ah, you sneaky little bastard. Ah! Are you guys gonna drop anything better than a small health point? Doesn't look like it. Alright, whatever, that's good enough. Yeah. Not enough. Ah! Damn it. Why are you all getting in my way? I just need progression here. Stupid bats. Almost there. We're too late, Agent. Of course. Yep, our mummy's in another castle. Little consolation, there should be another artifact nearby. Examine the surrounding rooms and see what you can find before moving on. You'll need as much assistance as possible to confront the target. Yeah, I'm sure our eventual meeting will be delayed just long enough for me to get exactly what I need to fight her. Okay. Grenade door left, grenade door right. Sophie's choice here. Screw it, we'll do the easy one. Let's find this bit of kit he's talking about, we'll call it a night. And, of course, another door that needs it. Hey, here we go. Urgh! Take that, priceless ancient relic. Scroll of Kebwi, huh? Agent run speed. Oh, nice. So I assume that means we'll also be able to jump further. That's probably what it is. Now we'll be able to get across things we could not before. A perhaps unimpressive upgrade. Oh wait, hang on a second. Do we pick up speed as we run? I think we do. Yeah, the longer we run, the further we go. Okay, you know what? That's actually not bad. I mean, that won't be too much help here. But in some of those longer caverns, it might be useful. I assume, yeah, that's how we're going to get around to previously inaccessible areas. Hey! Oh, this probably goes back up here. Yeet! There's something just kind of cute about yoinking yourself up a rope. Does this open? It's not. Hey! Ah. I'm actually kind of surprised. I guess there's going to be something else that opens metal doors. Oh. Okay. So there's a little wooden platform on there so you don't fall to your death. Fair enough. Alright. Let me just find a save point and we'll call it. Or failing that, a grenade and we'll open that door. I admit I'm curious. Hey, there we go. Damn it. Huh. Huh. What is this? Is there a way to run faster, perhaps? Huh. Oh, come on now. Damn it, I keep pushing the jump button a second too late. Alright, no, this feels like a thing they did on purpose. We're gonna need something else to traverse here. Almost certainly a double jump or flight of some kind. Alas! I wonder what's down the center there. Interesting, interesting. Come on, you die already. Yeah, I'm encountering too many places where I still can't reach because there's neither a climbable surface nor enough of a runway to build up a running speed. So almost certainly the next upgrade is going to be something else jump or maneuvering related. Which, fair play. That is, again, keeping to the convention. Again, I wouldn't say that this is... I wouldn't say that this is especially well done, but it is consistently competent. Certainly more than I expected from a title given the film. And again, Way Forward generally knows what they're doing in this space. So, with that in hindsight, knowing that in hindsight, it's less surprising that this turned out to be a relatively decent Metroidvania. Damn it, I can't get back this way. Okay, I appear to be missing something. There are certainly some minor quibbles. Like, I think the aiming thing is kind of the big thing. I feel like surely there would be a more elegant solution, even on mouse and keyboard, for aiming without running off an edge. Maybe if I go down that other side. I don't think I went down that way yet. But nothing I would call a serious flaw. Overall, it's a reasonably well-done Metroidvania. There's a good amount of effort into the production. Like, I do like the soundtrack. We're hitting some nice moody vibes here. That don't get too noisy or distracting. Alright. So I think I need to get further up and... Like, I think I need to get to the top of this blue tunnel there and take the left path instead of right. Although I could have sworn I did that already. There's definitely a point in your average Metroidvania where you're not entirely sure you've checked everything yet, but it feels like you have, even though surely there must be a... there must be a way forward. And it always begs the question of, am I just missing something? Which in my case absolutely is likely, or is the game not signposting that enough? Because, yeah, I do think there is good visual signage in the actual map, or in actual gameplay, but the map leaves a little something to be desired. Like, if I can't actually get back to that next point of interest, I don't see how that helps me. Alright, so I tried going there. Let's go further up. Because, yeah, that... Okay, so there's a door to the right, yeah. Like, see, I think you can kind of see how there's a solid line there at the top of the chamber. I feel like that should be open to reflect that there is a passage that has not been explored yet. Just minor little quibbles like that. Hey, save point. It's not a way out, but I think that's good enough for now. A nice tidy 69 health. Very nice indeed. But yeah, we'll call it there. That is the Mummy Demastered. I like this. I'm definitely going to keep playing it, and I'll see where it goes. We'll see if it does anything especially clever. Yeah, exactly, Orange. And see if there is ultimately a good game at the core. I think for the most part there is so far. We'll see if there's a curveball somewhere down the line that causes problems, or if they do something especially clever, knowing that the film was an infamous flop, play with a story in that way. I don't know. Again, Way Forward generally has my gaming dollar on this, so I'm willing to see where they go with this, and I like what they made so far. And when it comes to a movie like The Mummy, I think that is way better than any movie game has any right to expect. So props to them for having the audacity to take this on and making what appears to be a pretty competent Metroidvania out of it. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Have a good night. We will be starting Techno Babylon on Saturday. So until then, see you next time.